Alright, the next one that I want to do together is number 9. Given the points, find x, y. That means find the length of x, y. Length is the same thing as distance. So we're going to have to use the distance formula. First thing you want to do is label. If this is x1, this right here is going to be y1. If this is x2, this right here is going to be y2. The distance formula, which I will give to you on tomorrow's exam, is d equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So let's go ahead and substitute now. And this is what I'm fine with. I'm fine with you doing this. Just substituting and then plugging everything else in the calculator. But make sure you type in exactly what you wrote down. x2 is 5. 5 minus x1 is a negative 9. Close your parentheses, squared. Plus, open parentheses, y2 is negative 4 minus 2 close parentheses, squared. So that when we type it in the calculator, five minus a negative 9 squared, so parentheses 5 minus a negative 9, close parentheses, squared, plus, open parentheses, negative 4 minus 2, close parentheses, squared, we should get 15.23 as our answer. Sometimes you won't be given the coordinates right away. You'll be given something like number 10, where you're going to have to do the same thing, but before you even start, you're going to have to find the coordinates. So I'm going to help you find the coordinates first, and then you can figure it out from your own. M is negative 1, comma 2. N is 1, 2, 3, 4. N is 4, comma 0. And you do the same thing. Okay? Alright, number 11. Find the midpoint of segment AB if A is negative 3, 8 and B is negative 7, negative 6. Midpoint. First, let's label. This is x1. This is y1. This is x2. This is y2. Midpoint formula. I will also give to you. Midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. And then y1 plus y2 divided by 2. All you do from here is plug in. So you have midpoint is equal to x1 is negative 3 plus negative 7 over 2. Then you do the y, which is 8 plus negative 6 over 2. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's plug it into the calculator. Do the fraction form. That always works. Remember, for you, it's control, which is the yellow button, and then the division sign. So you type it in as you see it, negative 3 plus negative 7 in the numerator section, and then the denominator, it's a 2. So we get negative 5. And then if we do the second part, 8 plus a negative 6, and then divided by 2, we get 1. And there we go. That's our midpoint. Number 12 is the one that's backwards. Q, this is the important one. Q is the midpoint. So Q is the midpoint, and here's Q. So this is the one with the equations. Let's do the x first. You always want to start with the midpoint. So 4 equals the x for the p point, which is 11, plus x2 divided by 2. Multiply both sides by 2. And you get 8 equals, these cancel, 11 plus x2. You don't even need to put the x2, you could just leave it as x. Then subtract 11. And so you get negative 3 equals x. Do the exact same thing with the y. So the midpoint for the y is 3 equals negative 2 plus y over 2. Multiply by 2 on both sides. So I get 6 equals negative 2 plus y, because these cancel out. Add 2. So you get 8 is equal to y. So the point that you were looking for, which is R, has the coordinates negative 3, comma, 8. All right, 13 and 14, I'm going to get y'all started, but I want you to do it on your own. If K is the midpoint of JL, this is important right here. Midpoint. So here is let me actually draw a line. That's better. Here is J, here is L, and then right here is K. And it's the midpoint, so I know that it's in the middle, so I know that these two are congruent. JK is 8x plus 11. KL is 14x minus 1. It says find JL, which is the whole thing. Okay? So because these two are congruent, that means that they are equal. So what can you do to both of these equations? Equal them. That's right. You're going to find what x is, take x, plug it into one of these, and then double it, because that'll give you the whole thing. For 14, bisects is another key word here. Okay, because if it bisects, that means that this piece is equal or congruent to this piece. So that means that what do you do to both of these equations? Set them equal to each other, solve for x, then answer the question, find CD. Alright, so what I want you to do, these are the problems that I want you to do for the remaining of the class period. In this packet, I want you to do, besides the ones that we did today, I also want you to do number 10. Actually, let me go back. 6, 8, 10, 13, 14, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, and 24. Okay? You may work with someone, but everyone will have to turn this in separately, individually. If the sub decides that it's getting a little bit too out of hand and y'all aren't on task, then you may not work with anyone and you can work alone at your desk. But regardless, it still will be due. Reminder that tomorrow is your test, so please make sure that you look over your reviews and clarify any questions or concerns that you may have. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.